Okay, welcome back for another video. And this video is starting kind of like, I've already drawn something, and that's because I forgot to hit record. So that's me, who was a little bit stupid. I just opened the door a little because the car is really hot. And now you're probably thinking, why aren't you inside? Well, my little brother is gaming and he's calling his friends profanities. And you could hear him through the walls. So yeah, I don't want to do a voiceover when he's doing that, but I can't force him to just stop playing with his friends. So yeah, I'm in the car, but I usually sit in the car because I like the quietness of it and the guarantee that nothing will happen and nobody will come out screaming something crazy. And this drawing is a little bit too big for the sketchbook in the sense that I only have top of the mouth and I have some of the forehead with it, which is like it's fine. I think it's a decent drawing, and I personally like it. And I'm using the Molotov paint pen in it, so it's like kind of a quick one. I worked on a painting today, and the painting, and I've come to the place where in the process where it's kind of hard for me to decide if I need to do more or do less. You know, it would be cool if it's just done now, but I could also do more. So I'm, thinking about that. I have one plan which I can change again if it doesn't work out. And I have another thing which I know I have to do, but that's not so much. It's a small thing. But I'm getting closer to being finished with it. And I think it's one of my best paintings yet. It's very different, and I would personally say it's the start of a new era of some new things. I have some cool new art, but still very much in my style, which I think is important. When it just in general, yeah. One crazy thing: tomorrow I have to wake up at 6 a.m. and not to go to school, but to drive my friend an hour because he has to be at some military thing. In Denmark we have this you got kind of forced to get evaluated if you're like if you're not sure, because like of course if you have like a disease or you have a handicap or something like that, or just even smaller things, if your vision is too bad or this and that, all this stuff you can have, then you can, of course, then you don't have to go. Then you can like they write you a letter where they have like a list of things. If you have any of that, you can't get in, like kind of just to get only people who are maybe eligible, and most people are. Personally, I did it last year, and I was eligible, which was like great, so fun. But I don't know, man. It was boring personally because I knew I didn't want to get in. I just had to get it over with, especially because I don't want to get in the military. That's not what I want to do. I want to make art, and I think forcing me to be in the army would suck because I would also probably suck at being in the army. And my friend, I don't know about him. He kind of want to get in. I think I don't know. Don't really care. That's his problem. But yeah. Hopefully it goes quickly because I have to kind of sit in the car and wait because I really don't really have anything to do, and I need to save money because I'm kind of broke. Just normal teenage broke. But there's like it costs money to drive around, so I can't even just drive around. Um, but yeah, we're skipping school, and it's the only day I have like seven different classes, like 7 times 45 minutes. So that will make my you know my absent percentage go up way up, but I'm at like 3%. So I'm not even, I'm at 2% or 1.8 or something like that. So it will probably make it go up to like 3%, maybe, I don't know. Um, But again, at my school, they don't even throw you out when you're at 30. Like, because there's so few students that like it's financially dumb. If you think a student can complete the like get through even with more what is it called, like absent, if they aren't there and they still can complete it, the school doesn't really care because money that they get paid when a student, they get paid by the state when a student completes their education. So that's why they won't throw that many people out. Of course, unless there's a great reason to do so, they will. Like, it's not that you can't get thrown out, but it's yeah. I'd made him a little mustache because it just felt like it. Definitely wasn't necessary. It could do without, to be honest. But I still think it's fine. And this drawing went really quickly. Like, it's a real time drawing, but it went super fast. And even with the like, I know I started when I already had some of the eye and the nose, but even with that, it was like maybe like 2 minutes more. So about 13 minutes, 13, 14, 15 minutes max, which is like a pretty quick drawing, which is like, that's nice for me. It doesn't take too long. Also because I want to paint more. Really, I just want to create in terms of that. But I really like a larger studio now because it's starting to fill up to a point where the door is like it's getting in the way of me going back and forth to like look at the picture, because if you know anything about painting, you kind of always have to go back and forth because go back because you got to see the process and the thing you just made like from a little bit farther away, because that's how people are going to view the painting, and you're going to go back to the painting to paint. So it's a lot of movement actually. For me personally, it's a lot of movement, and that's just to be sure that it looks cool. But yeah, it's kind of filling up to the point where I was like, okay, I need to get rid of some things. So maybe I might do some like sort of flash sale for some friends or something like that. I don't know, or find some other place to store it. And I think I have the other another place to store it. But it's kind of right now where I need to get stuff away. So it's like, for the friends, we can do some really cheap things for some friends. But we'll see. We'll see. I just maybe I'll find space on the barn. I definitely will. But it's also like they're kind of like they're not that sturdy. It's a canvas, and it's like it's not good with moisture, and it's not good with just cold or anything. It's kind of a finicky thing, because like that's why you want your places, your art to be exhibited, because then it's going to be treated and held in the right conditions, but it's also going to stay away from your space. It's not going to fill up your space, which is also important because, like, personally, I'm getting my space filled up, but it's also because the space is very small, and I would really like a bigger space, but that costs money, and I don't really have that yet. But one thing I do have is a huge ass barn, or my dad has. So I would probably be able to have some, store some stuff out there. I think, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I have some hanging on my walls in my room, but I can't fit all of them there. Especially since my room isn't that big either. I can have some of them to stay, in the space, but I have some hanging on my parents' walls also. So I'm kind of filling up all the space that I can. So I might have to like sell to some friends or get more things in store or something like that. I don't really know, but at least I have to do something soon. It's not a problem now, but it's going to become a problem later. And a good idea would be to fix it now. But Yeah, we'll see. Mm. I don't know. We're getting very close to the end here. Which I want to say, I like this drawing. It has some qualities and it has some things I would change, but mostly I would change the size and make everything a little bit smaller so it fit better on the page. But I think there's also something to this, you know, that face that's barely fitting on the page is still kind of cool. And I like the horn because horns are cool. Yeah, just doing a little bit for the eyes here. Just a little bit on the other two to fill them out more. Makes it more animalistic in a way, but I kind of like that. I like that a lot. Right, we're getting very close to the end. I want to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff because I really appreciate every time you do. It means the world to me. So, like, yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Love you guys. Bye.